I'm watching the cool down.
Welcome back to the cool down. It's the final day of 2016 school games and we're going to round up with fencing, volleyball and rugby sevens.
But first, let's take a look at what Anti-Doping UK have been doing for our young athletes.
Anti-doping is a big part of elite sport, a message that has to be conveyed to our young athletes at the school games. I've come down to the Athlete Lounge to find out more.
So one of the methods is we need a bit of a hook. We need something to start the conversation, which this year has been the snapback. So it's gone down really well. It's really popular around the village. There's loads of young people wearing the snapback. So that's our conversation starter. But then from there we talk about what 100% me means to them, why clean sport is important, and some of the risks involved with medications or supplements and what the things that they need to do to progress to the next level in their sporting career. They've got some increased responsibility within the context of being a clean athlete.
The anti-doping rules don't just apply to athletes, they apply to the coaches too. And the coach is the first point of information for the athlete, so it's really important that the coach is aware of all the clean sport information as well.
We have some sessions for coaches. We ask them to be involved in all of the sessions, and for parents we've got a parents and carers leaflet giving them a guide to how they might look after their young people throughout their sporting career.
Oh yes, very helpful. It shows you what you can and can't do, and also shows that you are also very liable to failing a drugs test, even though if your player fails it, stuff like trafficking or helping them take it.
Well, I think it's very important for everybody to know about it because doping's quite a big thing in the news at the minute. I think the younger we learn about it, the more we can sort of prevent it.
UK Anti-Doping also promote the Spirit of the Games Award, which is connected to the 100% Me values.
Yeah, so the Spirit of the Games Award is in partnership with the Youth Sport Trust to recognise those individuals who have demonstrated good sportsmanship, they've shown hard work, they've shown integrity, and they've played within the spirit of sport. So we're looking to recognise that great spirit of competition, clean competition, fair competition, and recognise those young people who have demonstrated that here at the school games this week.
It was final days at the rugby sevens. We went down to catch up on the action.
The senior island now at the minute, so it's a lot of pressure I suppose coming in from the seniors to the under 18, where at the seniors I'm looking up to older girls, but then coming to under 18s, the under 18s more looking up to me. I played back when I was young enough to be eligible. I played in Sheffield and I played at London. It's really invaluable experience. Like I say, I've played twice myself, and not above everything else, it's actually really fun 4 days as well. It's something you'll remember for a really long time.
The level of rugby has been incredibly high, something like the highest sevens level that's the most of us have ever seen or refereed.
Rugby sevens wasn't the only sport we caught up with today. We went down to the volleyball courts to see what was going on.
It's the best thing I've ever done in my life. It's a new experience for me as well. I've never captained a team before, so it's a new experience for me. and just to be with a group of guys and be sort of role model for them, it's been a real honour.
The guys that I've worked with, every single game they've played and they've improved every single game, and even there, even though they were nervous, the final set they improved again, and that's why I do it. It was fantastic.
I've made a lot of new friends this year, a lot of the older guys as well, some of the younger guys, so it's been good for friendships and everything, and got to work with new coaches as well.
So the great thing about this year for the teams, we've given quite a lot of youngsters, so it's great to see the aim change, even just in the tournament itself. I think that's why the tournament's so good. It's the guys come along, they've not played before or not played that much before, and they just play and they play better and they play better and they just improve each game, which is fantastic.
With all the fantastic young athletes here at the 2016 School Games, we decided to find out just what sport does for young people.
There's correlations between sport and happiness, sport and well-being. There's a lot of research around fear of failure, and that comes to my mind straight away, because you can have people who start off being quite anxious around performance in general, and then they can enter a sport environment and maybe they'll be given kind of lots of coaching support and they'll see themselves develop, and that's quite transferable to your day-to-day life.
The main thing sport helped with was building my confidence. That was like across the board, that wasn't just in my sport.
If people can be good sportsmen on the pitch, again, they're able to manage their emotions, they're able to see the bigger picture, and yeah, I say things like that can help.
I feel like I've been more confident after it, and I've made a lot of new friends that I wouldn't have met if I didn't come.
There's research at the moment about initiatives involving sport, increasing kids' confidence and self-esteem.
I gained a new circle of friends.
Actually builds their self-reliance, their self-confidence, all the bits and pieces that some people who might not take part in sport actually miss out on.
It was an early start down here at the ECB Centre for the Fencers, but being on the piste certainly wakes you up. We caught up with officials, athletes, coaches and some mentors. Stay tuned to see what we got.
Tend to go on rankings, so how well people do from competitions, we grade them through a ranking system, and then usually the top ranked people will then go through to form a team. But there's also discretion involved. If we think someone's got potential, we think they benefit from doing this sort of event, we'll often move them up just to give them the experience, then give them that little boost basically.
Yes, I was seeded 16th after the pool, so last out of the whole field, and I fought my way through all the rounds to come to win a silver medal at the end of the day. So pretty excited, buzzed off that. Well, you have to rethink your emotions. You know, you've got to deal with the success, but also calm yourself down, relax. You know, get back into the game head, and just ready yourself for the next match. You know, you have to warm up again after you get quite a big wait between the rounds, so you need to warm up again. You know, get the mental preparation done, and then just be ready to fence as soon as you step out to the piste.
Being the referees, you basically effectively decide who wins. You watch the point and you decide, so sabre and foil have priority, so certain actions lose priority, so you have to kind of keep an eye on that, keep an eye on who has the priority and then follow them, and then when they hit, you separate the point and explain to them either how they got the point or how it was that they lost the point. And also assistant referees stand at the end of the pistes and they check for going off the piste, things like crossing your feet in sabre or crossing bodies. There's a certain limit you can have in FA and foil, so just keeping an eye on that.
I've had to face learning to do sabre and FA in a week. But sabre yesterday and today I've just had my first few lessons because we have to do all three. But yeah, and I struggle reaching the people I have to fence because there's only 5 of us. They're much older and much bigger than me, and I've got a short arm, so I can't really reach very often.
Oh, this is fantastic. I mean, it's kind of like a mini Olympics. They get this experience of working with a multi-sport environment, especially from a country like Wales, where we're a little bit isolated. Getting our kids sort of in here with the English, with the Scottish, with the Irish, all working together. Fantastic experience for them.
Athlete mentor Keith Cook took some time to explain fencing to us and told us a bit about his backstory.
Hi, my name is Keith Cook. I'm the athlete mentor for fencing. Fencing is an amazing sport. It's been in every Olympics since 1896. There's no Olympics without fencing being in there. There's 3 Olympic weapons. First one here is called an épée. It's the heaviest of the weapons at the Olympics. You hit with the point only. The target area is everything you can see. The head, the body, the hand, the toe, everything counts. This was the dueling weapon in the olden days. This one here, this is the sabre. You can hit with the side of the blade and the point. The target area from this one is from the waist up, so the body, head and arms count. This is where basically the lightsaber came from, this one here. This one here is called the foil. It requires the most skill and technique. This is the one I do. You hit with the point only, the target is just the torso, so the front, side and the back. Torso, of course, has the vital organs in it, so this was classed as a kill hit. So this is what you wanted to hit your opponent with, and get in the middle of the chest. So the fastest thing at the Olympics is the bullet coming out of a gun. The second fastest thing is the point of a fencing sword going towards the opponent. It's faster than an arrow. I stumbled into the sport age 11 years old and it's transformed my life ever since. When I was younger, I was born deaf. For the first 5 years of my life, I couldn't hear. It was picked up when I was 5, but I was brought with a speech impediment. I was also born breech, so my legs were dislocated, so I couldn't walk until I was 3. But I stayed in a disadvantaged area of Edinburgh, and there's no such thing as fencing like that. The only time I'd ever seen fencing was on TV watching Star Wars, and I thought this was a dream, this would never happen. I was just in awe by it. I couldn't believe how cool it looked. I felt like I was in a James Bond film. I kept putting on all the kit, and I found it hard in school because I'm dyslexic. I find it hard reading and writing. But in fencing and in sport, I didn't have to read and write like that. It's just hard work that I needed to do, and with my passion of wanting to learn and achieve my dreams and being the next Olympian, I thought, this is my sport. So I remember going back to my mum and saying, I want to do fencing. She went, fencing? Nobody has fencing in Pilton where I stayed. But I went, I want to.
The 2016 school games have had a lot of media interest. However, a group of young people have been given some very special access.
My role is to go to local schools around where the school games is happening and train up a group of young reporters to come along for one day and basically be the eyes and the ears on the ground. When I first asked them on the first training day, I asked them, do any of you actually think you'll be able to kind of go up to a stranger and ask them for an interview? And most of them were like, oh, I'm not sure. I think the young people are so awesome that they just got on with it and just done a great job, really.
We learnt not to make it awkward when we were doing interviews, and we learnt how to hold the camera. We learnt to kind of be confident on the camera as well. It's just inspirational, to be honest.
I've been going around and focusing on the volunteers and filming them and interviewing them, obviously getting a few shots of the sport, but kind of asking the athletes, spectators and the volunteers what impact they have on the games. If you haven't done much of media and filming before, you get an idea of what it'd be like if you went into the business.
After talking to the youth media team, I caught up with some of the producers of the Cool Down.
I thought it was a good opportunity to sort of get involved more in media, see what it would be like to put together a professional show, work with a team of people, sort of multi-role, and get a feel of what actually goes into making a show. My previous experience was obviously with presenting, and I really wanted to, get more involved with other aspects, behind the camera, in the editing suite.
I would strongly recommend being part of the Cool Down if you really want to hone your skills in media and work alongside some really good professionals. As an athlete's going to the Olympics, they are going to want to be their best, and they're going to want to try their best, and they're always going to be wanting to develop themselves and always pushing themselves. And as with that is me and the team here at the Cool Down. We're always wanting to push ourselves, and we're always trying to drive and be better.
Well, that's almost it from us here at the Cool Down. We've had a fantastic few days and hope you guys have too. Now let's take a look at some of our best moments.
It's a great stepping stone to the next level in whatever sport you do, and it's a lot of fun as well. That's the main thing.
The big thing for me is like a mini Olympics for them.
That was an absolute wonderful piece of individual brilliance. Wales put pressure on, but Megan's got some speed, and here she goes. Look at the speed from Megan Burns. She's burning them all off. Off she goes to the races, and Megan Burns scores the try. What a try that was.
Look at the clock. Are we going to get close to the 240 championship record? It's all about the bragging rights. Scotland look like they're going to take those. It's Scotland 1, Midland 2nd, and a real dust up for the bronze. Oh, I wouldn't like to call that.
Well, that's it for the 2016 school games.
We've had an amazing time and hope you've enjoyed watching the cool down.
You've been watching the cool down.